Fiesta. What can I say? KO hit 6 items and it was time to make a move.
I mean, that is exactly what we expected.
Yeah.
I think we actually, before the game, we wrote down on pieces of paper, like, what are predictions. We both had the same prediction, and it was that. So all I can say is we know what's happening.
We could tweet a picture of it. We wrote the time and date on it, so you know that it's real.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, there's no way to verify otherwise, so you'll just have to trust us, which I'm sure all of you do.
Obviously. Goes without saying. Anyway, we're going to jump into game number 3 of this series. Putting our serious hats back on. Orcs, talk to me about the draft here, because all of the bans have been going towards the mid lane, but nothing they do can shut D.Va down.
I feel like... I mean...
Or at least for the first...
They did shut him down.
It can't shut him down beyond 30 minutes.
Things I liked. Early aggression on PFI. That was pretty cool. Good matchup for Fury in the mid lane. That was pretty cool. Top lane, Kakan, put him on Kennen or no. Not confident in his Camille. He's not only Angel, but he can play Kennen or no pretty well. So stick him on those. Bot lane, honestly fine. Keep fast-legged on aggressive stuff. I like that.
Yeah. The Nautilus is really, really good. And I love that people are banning away the Blitzcrank from fast-legged. If you can pull Blitzcrank bans for yourself in a regular way.
But to be honest, overall, I don't think that was a draft thing. It's at least not for Barrage.
Would
but
you
Barrage
suggest
won.
that there was some decision-making issues?
Yes, is what I'm going to say. There were definitely some decision-making issues for both teams at regular points out of the game.
Nice. And I think, right, so one topic that we do want to talk about is this jungle matchup here.
Yep.
Because PFI in the early game absolutely rocked Monkeys' world, but then Monkeys towards the later stages of the game did a really good job, just basically camped D.Va indefinitely no matter where he was on the map, stole the Baron. He basically kept his team in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fundamental thing, is that Rek'Sai does fall off pretty hard. And that's why for PFI, playing Gragas is more preferable, because you can still make those big early ganks, but then late game, you press R and it does a lot of damage. So, you know, it doesn't really matter. Also, you just like
So maybe the Karthus then, because like
maybe,
press R,
but then you don't have the early
damage.
ganking power is the big thing.
So Wall of Pain, dude. It's a big slur.
True. It's like the size of a lane when you're level 18. It just covers everything. Why Anivia jungle just block them off?
Genius.
Yeah.
Nami jungle.
They should just all play scaling. Why aren't they playing the Vigor? Just infinite scaling.
Just go Psy on top, Nasus jungle, Vigor bot.
Yep.
It's genius. It's genius. Anyway, down into the draft. Xayah going to be the first ban taken off the board by Diabolus, and it'll be answered by Barrage, taking the Syndra away here. Wouldn't be surprised to see things like the Cassiopeia band away once again. I'm curious whether we see something like the Kayle band.
Yes.
And again, Kayle wasn't...
I think we will
I don't
see
feel
the
like
Kayle
that
band.
was a significant issue necessarily.
I agree, but I also feel like it does choke you out a bit, because every time you go for play, you're like, wait, but they have Kayle. So I feel like it does slow things down.
There it is.
I'm not against them banning it, but again, I agree with you. I mean, Diabolus won that game. They should have. They had the game in the bag, and then they literally just went goodbye. So, yeah.
3-pointer that.
That's why it's really difficult to think about drafting this situation, because you're like, we should have won. But at the end of the day, it's like there are stuff that gave Barrage life to get to that point. There are things that definitely worked for Diabolus, and there are things that didn't work in the top lane specifically. But we'll have to see.
Pantheon ban on blue side. That's an odd one.
Yeah, I think, again, it's just a fact of them, I mean, not being willing to play it, not being comfortable playing it, and clearly D.Va and Icebreaker have been something we did see in this series. But it leaves the Akali open, but they're actually going to pick that themselves. So this is a flex pick. I feel like it would be better suited to Fury, because Kakan, this really has not been his series. I've got to say, I feel like for Kakan, you just want to put him on Kennen or Gnar. He does his job, has a lane advantage.
His Gnar in game number 1 was pretty good.
True. But
the Camille in game number 2 wasn't as good, though. On the other side, though, we are actually going to see a Galio locked in here for the side of Barrage. So changing things up. I like this pick.
So Galio is actually a good matchup into Akali if you play it mid. So there's two. You can play Galio support. Because surprisingly enough, despite losing Taunt Flash, he still like can just one-hit your AD carry at level 3. But then the reasons it's good in mid lane is because they heavily nerfed the fact that you can't taunt flash. If you get CC'd, your taunt is interrupted. But in return, they gave him a ton of damage. And his passive is on like a 5-second cooldown now. His Q is more damage, his E is more damage, his W is more damage. So in terms of trading power, he just wins. And then it's a Galio. You can still just press R and just roam to the other sides of the map. So he's still good in that regard, but it could be put bot lane with the Kai'Sa. It's hard to say. It's a good matchup into Rakan. So if they took Xayah Rakan, they can answer here. But it's still a good mid lane matchup into the Akali.
The Xayah was banned away, so they're going to have to go a different route to that one. But it looks like Dragdar may just get his Lucian once again. PFI got the comfort pick of that Gragas that was denied from him in the last game. So far, relatively comfortable picks across the board from the side of Diabolus. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see something like the Nautilus locked in here for fast-legged, or maybe even go for something a little bit more interesting like the Blitzcrank. The other option, though, is go for a jungler early before they start to get banned.
Yeah, definitely a range of options on the side of Monkeys. And it looks like he's going to go for the Jarvan again, which I like because Jarvan Galio is that big combo we've talked about. If you lock someone in that Cataclysm and the ult comes down, they're in a really rough position. I do actually, at this point, I hope it's a Galio mid. I would prefer that quite a lot. Yep. But the fact that it's still a flex now, it means Diabolus aren't really too certain, so they may end up throwing bans all over the place.
Well, the Cassiopeia are going to be taken off the board, and it's answered with a Renekton from the side of Diabolus. Now Barrage, whether they continue to focus that mid lane, we'll have to wait and see. But taking something like the Rise off of the board could potentially be good. But again, potentially that Akali could still be the mid lane pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I expect the Akali I want it to go mid, is the main thing for me. I mean, it's not a good matchup into the Galio, but it's still playable. And I feel like Fury has been on form. I don't want to see it top just because Khan for me just has not been performing. Again, you say the Gnar was good, but I feel like Gnar and Kennen are these top laners. You stick on your top laner on when he's not performing. But on the Camille, which is, you know, this is a matchup into the Cho'Gath. I'm not saying it's like free, but you want to sort of scale up and be a monster. He was just outclassed by Icebreaker. Seen a lot of teamfight potential coming out here.
Rumble locked in here by the looks of things going towards the top lane. We'll talk about that if it gets locked in, but that is making a statement if the Heathen does go for that pickup there. But by the looks of things, this is almost shored up the fact that Galio will be in the mid lane. Galio could still be a support with that Rumble locked in, though. We'll see what Diabolus are going to do about this situation. Leona is going to be the pick here alongside the Lucian. Very aggressive bottom lane.
Very aggressive, really strong level 2, level 3. Just keep spiking level 6, monstrous as well. Gonna see what fast leg is gonna answer here. You could take something like the Morgana if you're putting the Galio mid. If it is the Galio in the bot lane, it can do okay in this lane. You can taunt, get a lot of magic resist because Leona herself does a lot of damage on the passive too. Actually seeing, so from what I'm guessing is a switch around. They're putting the Akali top lane into the Rumble. They're putting Tristana mid into potentially the Galio, which honestly a decent matchup. Typically the thing you play in a Galio has always been the Corki, but Tristana in this current meta is a solid pick into it, has that range advantage. And obviously you have to jump to escape. If you buffer it, you can just evade the Justice Punch.
See if that is going to be the way that they switch around that composition. Fastleg going to be able to get that trusty Nautilus once again. So composition is locked in. And once again, we have these teams picking up different styles between the games. 3 different games. We're seeing 3 very different compositions from each of our teams.
Absolutely. And honestly, for me, there's tons of team fighting power in Barrage. Like monstrous amounts. But it comes down to, can they free up Galio in the middle lane to sort of make his pressure elsewhere? Both teams have a really strong mid-jungle. Both teams have a pretty strong bot lane. Obviously, I favor the Lucian Leona early, but it could go either way. This, to me, more than even last game, is just we are going to fight. I mean, last game was a lot of scaling. This is we want to fight you. We want to consistently challenge you in team fights. And whoever comes out on top, at the end of the day, takes the series.
I'm excited to see it. And take a look at the summoners as well. Fury going to be running Ignite in that mid lane. So he wants to be aggressive. Not going to be sitting back with the teleport. But it does limit how much split push your mid laner is going to be able to do on that side of things. Whereas Dragdar is going to have that TP in the AD carry position instead. So still going to have a similar amount of side lane pressure if they want to send Dragdar off to the side lane. Can be a little bit riskier though.
Yeah, and in the end it was KDO took cleanse. You're trying to evade that damage coming out from the CC coming out from Luna, and also can't stop that ignite damage. I feel like very much it's going to come down to who can make the successful early ganks. We've seen PFI have more success in the early levels. He is on his Gragas, but on that Gragas game, it wasn't him having a ton of early pressure. It was Monkeys, and that's the thing to be seen, especially when you're up against Galio. Galio's hard to gank, and honestly, I think we'll see a bit of this in this game. Since the changes, obviously they've removed that taunt flash. You have worse setup for the ganks, but his base damages are just absurd. I think we'll probably see a point where he does like a full combo on someone, and it will just nearly pop them. So I'm waiting for that moment.
I have to see. Well, it was Monkeys that was a little bit late to each fight in game number 2 at the start of things. This time, we'll see if he can keep up with PFI or maybe set the pace himself there on the Jarvan. It's time to jump into game number 3 of this series. It's Barrage up against Diabolus, the 6th game of the day here at Forge of Champions. And we have a spicy draft ahead of us. And Fastlegged has forgot to buy items.
Uh-oh. Will he notice in time? It's always these high-pressure situations.
Unlucky.
He's still walking about.
Oh, no, he's not seen it.
He can do it now and get to lane in time. Quickly, 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 quickly.
Recall, mate. Oh, no.
Someone's pinged him.
Oh, no. Well...
This is going to haunt him for the rest of his life.
It's one of them, boys. It's one of them. This is the problem, Fast-legged. You need it to be fast wheels.
When's he going to notice? It's probably when he gets in lane. Is it going to be when he gets in lane and he tries to press a health pot?
It's going to be when he gets in lane and tries to last hit a minion.
The ward was pinged. I think they know. They must have seen now. You press tab.
Unfortunate.
The worst is where he autos a cannon minion. He's like, wait, why didn't that go to you?
Wait a second. Wait, why am I so rich? Well, here we go. On into lane anyway. Unlucky Fast-legged. I have to say, for anyone at home that's wondering about this high-level strategy...
Oh,
no! No!
Oh, but he can't. He knows he can't. He knows he can't. Lane will be over. Oh, it's so sad.
Not like this. Can we get some not like this is in the chat? Oh my...
Oh, and he's got corrupted
potion.
Wrong item.
If he had left base, then
oh my god,
I would have cried.
I literally would have expected it to pause and just Barrage just forfeited the game.
Here we go. Kakan getting ganked very early on into this one. Twilight Shroud will keep him alive for now. He wants to find a way out of this situation. Knockup will be there. Flash as well. Kakan burnt down. No. Walks away with his life by the narrowest of margins.
That was a really janky EQ flash coming out from Monkeys, I gotta say.
The first dash got the knockup, I'm pretty
sure.
Diva, you're in trouble, my friend. The ignite is ticking, but it won't quite finish the job. PFI might, though. He's got the belly bump flash and a first blood to boot.
So, you know how I was talking about that Galio combo?
Yeah.
That was not it.
Not the one.
Not the one.
Not the one, Chief. I love that PFI is always in the right place as well. Whenever he sees someone, he's like, he understands the UK scene. He understands that he's waited for people to mess up, and he wants to punish that. He sees it in the mid lane.
Fastleg he just autoed the minion and made KDO miss it. I don't think this could have gotten worse.
This has been a really weird series.
But like, I feel like this is the worst possible start for Barrage ever.
It's just like the tilt. You can feel it from here. Here we go. KDO will get the cleanse off, though. Gets himself to safety once again, and the Heathen can't really do quite what he wanted there.
I mean, he got cleanse and flash. I'd take it.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, he should have got a pentakill.
If I'm their coach, he's doing laps for that.
Laps of what? Of the Rift?
Of the team house.
Do you make him play a Scion and just ult all the way around the Rift?
I make him play Dota for a day.
Oh, God.
Laps of the MOBA circuit. Game of Dota, game of Here's the Storm. Hon. Here we go, Taunt in the mid lane. Onto Fury, but we'll just hop to
That's
safety.
the combo I'm talking about.
That is disgusting damage, isn't it? KDO taking a huge amount from the likes of a Heathen. Dragged that out of mana, though, so I'm not going to be able to follow that one up.
Would you rather be out of mana or out of health? Trick question. If you're out of health, you're dead.
That was a good trick, dude.
Yep.
You nearly got me there.
You nearly answered.
You almost got me. Here we go. It's pretty good. Looking for the 1v1. Damn. Pinnacle of commentary here in the
The highest level commentary for the highest level games.
You gotta, you know, match it.
Yeah.
You've got to find the level. Here we go. Serious mode. I've cleared my throat and I'm ready.
Oh,
Icebreaker heading up towards the top lane here. Icebreaker does have flash available. Twilight Shroud will come down and Kakan wants to get himself a kill. Icebreaker flashes away and Monkeys has arrived. Double knock up here onto Kakan. There's going to be one kill and PFI cannot escape this one. No flash available. Flag and Drag will come up in just a second and Icebreaker gets another.
Barrage are back on the board. Monk is an Icebreaker with a great 2v2 top lane. The flash from the Rumble was the only one available there, and it came in clutch.
And that is such good news as well, to get an early kill onto that Rumble when you're starting to get to these skirmishes around the potential Mountain Drake that is on the map. That equalizer, if you can get some items behind it, will do so much damage. Here we go, the Heathen wants to find an engage.
That is just that is such a Leona thing to do. You put a ward in the brush and she just one-hits it.
Classic Leona. It was actually Dragdar that got the gold, though. Chucker.
I mean, that's what, this lane is the ultimate anti-ward lane.
Some light that way.
But like, this lane is the ultimate anti-ward lane, because with Heathen on Leona, you just auto-Q auto, one-hits it. Lucian, you auto-E double auto, and it just kills it. Yeah. It's so annoying. Like, you can never ward a brush.
I have an anti-ward, actually.
Oh, they got that one.
Nice.
Bit of payback.
Monkeys looking for a way into the lane through this Trine Brush. But Diabolus actually in a very safe position. Heathen taking minimal amounts of damage here because he is playing Leona.
That hook, that was like thread the needle.
Yeah, I'm amazed that hit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Fast Leg, I mean, this guy, if there's one thing that Fast Leg can do, it's hook.
It's just naughtless
Get this guy working in a dry cleaners because he's an absolute machine. I guess you hook things there.
I don't really. What's your hook in the dry cleaner?
Clothes in the wardrobe.
You're reaching pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that bra.
So will Fast Leg be. He's not very tall.
He's playing.
Just double down on it, baby.
I was gonna say he's playing for Barrage. You know, you probably could have gone with like a fishing joke.
Yeah.
But you decided to
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Poor Fast Leg.
Too little.
Thing is, he's playing right now. He doesn't even know he's getting flamed.
He's not really flame, is it?
I mean, you said he's reaching because he's really short.
I don't know how tall he is. I have no idea. I'm reaching if anyone is.
Okay, so now you're trying to cover yourself. You're like, I didn't know even how tall he was.
I mean, I don't. I've never met the guy, but I assume. I mean, on the internet, he's very tall.
Just stop. Please just stop. He's digging a hole. He's digging a hole.
Here we go. Anyway, back to League of Legends. This has been a relatively slow start to the game here. Almost 1,000 goal lead in favor of Diabolus, but if anything has been learned in this series, it's that the gold lead really does not matter at this stage in the game between these two teams.
It's Orcs' golden rule. You can always throw.
Here we go. Fury getting a good chunk of damage down onto D.Va, and that's the power of this Tristana mid.
It's always
these early trades, you just do so much damage.
Yeah, but then D.Va just one-hits the waves.
Yeah, well. There was actually a turret plate picked up there by Fury as well. Interesting, he's actually running the Demolish there so that he can get these places.
It is the Tristana way. You go Demolish, you just one-hit towers if there's any free time. But, I mean, the thing with Galio is, in theory, this should be like the worst matchup for him, right? You're against a ranged auto attacker, so even when you taunt them, they're just doing damage to you, who's also AD. And yet he's still doing okay. He's keeping up in farm. I mean, apart from when he inted and got killed by PFI, but for the most part, he's doing fine. And like, once you get some AP behind him, he's gonna hit.
Yeah, I agree completely. We'll see if he's. You just thank me.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Orcs. This is what I'm here for, to give you emotional backup on your analytical statements.
It's needed.
Yeah. Some days you just need it, you know?
Yeah. Some days I doubt myself. I'm like,
what would Munch think of this?
Yeah. I'm like, secretly...
I wonder that sometimes too. I have to ask my other personalities, but here we go. Fury gonna be in trouble. There's the red buff ticking away. Monkeys gets the kill. Nice little gank there coming out in the mid lane. 3-1 now in favor of Barrage.
There's a Jarvan and Galio. Both of them got a ton of CC and a lot of base damage, so doing a lot of work. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I think back to last game and I'm like, was that peak League of Legends? Or was that a Clown Fiesta? And I just wonder.
Because the thing is, if you change their nameplates and you put G2's players there, everyone's like,
G2 SKT.
The high level, fast-paced gameplay.
Yeah. Yes, but also no.
It's just because it's just because of the names of the players that people say it wasn't good play.
Yeah, I feel like we should do that. We should show people plays, but like edit
Photoshop the names.
Yeah, and then when they say, "Oh, that's low level," like that was actually
G2.
That was actually G2. So how do you feel?
Right. And then they go, "Oh no, we're doomed at Worlds."
You're biased. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Not so happy now, are you, Twitter analysts?
Oh, PFI is looking to back away.
This is going to comfortably be first tower of the game here. All 5 plates going to be swept up there. And the final one going to go into the pocket of KDO there. Well, I think Fast Like that's actually going to soak some of that. And
yeah,
well.
They made it so that even if you've just like tapped it and run it and been away for a long time, it still shares it. Because purposely teams would always do that. They'd have the support walk just out of range. So still get shared. But either way, big gold lead coming over to Barrage. They are now just under 1,000 ahead.
Yep. Fast Leg gets his gold star for finishing his quest.
Yes, good job.
1 brownie point to you, good sir.
Monk is looking good this game. He's actually had the early pressure over PFI.
Yeah. And that was the matchup that we were looking towards in this one as well, because it's kind of been setting the pace for each of the games in this series so far. How these junglers have been doing. And last game, PFI absolutely had Monkeys at number. This time, though, Monkeys with the advantage in terms of pressure. When it comes to farm numbers, though, PFI having a huge advantage.
Where does the phrase "have his number" come from?
It's when you're able to phone someone because you know the series of digits that corresponds with them.
Well, yeah, but why is that relevant to like having someone's number means like you're gonna like outplay them?
Something to do with 118. Got your number. Do you not remember that ad?
I remember that ad, but I'm still...
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing something.
You usually are, especially when you play Pike.
Never. I'm good on Pike.
Got him.
I'm not the one who was playing Lucian and managed to get hit by every Malphite ult.
I mean, I was actually playing Ezreal, so...
That's even worse.
I've got you now.
Well, fortunately for Dragdor, there aren't any Malphites in this game. But there is a Jarvan, Galio, and a Rumble. And they've just picked up their second Drake. So, feeling pretty confident. Barrage ahead, got the Dragon control. And again, their team fight is monstrous. And there may be a difficult point because you're against double AD carry where you lack the DPS. But I feel like as long as you can get...
Oh dear. That's going to be an easy peasy kill going the way of Dragdar. PFI just spots out fast-legged. He wanted the ward, but he was too greedy. Bit off more than he could chew.
Just one of those times. Oh, PFI Predator in. He looked like he was looking, but then he just instantly ran away. Happy with the plate. I think he saw the Galio come in, and they have to be scared. I mean, that's why Galio is so strong. As long as he just leaves lane, you're like, okay, he could ult. You have to back off.
He looked to be looking, but now he's looking to leave. And Icebreaker just going to ult the wave in the top lane here. Not interested, not bothered. He just wants to go home.
Yep, just opting out. Like, whatever, you do you.
See ya.
And you know, Khan has been a lot better this game. As in, he hasn't been solo killed yet.
That's true. He has died, though.
But that was a gank. That doesn't count. That's where you say better jungler wins.
That's true. I mean, that's what we were saying earlier. We're looking at this jungle matchup because the whole series is just jungle diff.
I mean, I feel like it's disingenuous to say the whole series. League of Legends is jungle difference.
Yeah. There's nothing to do with these teams. Here we go. Monkeys goes on in and goes on out again as well. Or does he? Here's the full engage. Monkeys goes down as the first kill, but KDO is going to be targeted as well. Depth charge gets a knock up onto one. Tractor getting low, but will actually walk away with his life. That Icebreaker falls. This is all going the way of Diabolus right now. Fast-legged and D.Va trying to get away, but Fury wants some more. Jumps on in. They'll clear this and look for a tower.
Really just a question of play from Barrage. They missed a lot of the CC in the engage. Still decided to commit for it. That's an easy turnaround for Diabolus. Here's my concern. You fall behind with a comp lacking damage.
Oh, this is a lot of damage onto Kakan, but he wants to find D.Va, who has no mana whatsoever. They're trying to finish things off right here. The bomb is ticking away fast like Solo, and Fury will finish that kill off.
Now he has a jump reset. Oh. The ult.
Instinct. He's too far away.
The body slams down. Oh,
Monkeys might be able to close the gap here, though. KDO is desperately trying to get in range, but I think they might have to give up the chase here. Monkeys, if you go for that, you'll be very deep alone.
That's sad. But that happens sometimes. Interesting thing to note. D.Va ran KDA Prestige Akali. Kakan is running just regular KDA Akali. What do you think it could mean?
D.Va's a rich kid.
Yes, on Tournament Realm where you get all skins.
I'm just saying, this is the only way, man.
Maybe that's the thing, is that Kakan, he doesn't own the skin on the regular game, and so he just doesn't feel like it'd be appropriate to use it.
Yeah. You have to earn the prestige skins.
Yeah.
It's only sheer elo.
Oh,
and,
no.
And other things.
Oh, what? How did that?
What?
Robbed! I don't know how all of that didn't hit, but it didn't.
Icebreaker. His dad is Riot, and he will ban you. I can't believe he just walked away with that. Daylight robbery.
Got away with murder.
Got away with not murder.
Well, not his murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good job for keeping the law intact there, Icebreaker.
Do you don't think it's funny that they have someone called Icebreaker?
I was about to say this. Like, it's such an appropriate name.
I feel like
their logo is a ship. He's an icebreaker. If only there was a ship-based champion in League of Legends. I mean, Nautilus, technically, kind of.
Sort of. I feel like they should make a Corky skin where instead of a plane, he's in a boat.
That'd be cool. He's like chugging along.
Yeah. Or maybe like a Rumble skin where instead of being in a mech, he's in a boat.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can just say about that about every champion.
Maybe they should. Yeah, here we go. Cataclysm going on in Equalizer across the team. Oh, robbed by the wall there, and now it's turned around onto him. Fast leg will drop as D.Va comes in to try and protect his support. This might be a mid lane tower going down.
Coordination just wasn't there. Barrage unable to land everything as one, so now Diabolus, I mean, just that wave clears too much.
And now, just in the nick of time, the dragon will be spawning. Diabolus will be able to grab themselves Cloud Drake as a consolation prize. It's not going to be the end of the world for the likes of Barrage, but it's better than nothing for Diabolus. And also, worth mentioning, Dragdart picking up the High Noon Lucian skin is such a satisfying auto attack noise. Arguably one of the best auto attacks in the entire game.
Maybe, but we all know that the best auto attack to have ever been in the game was Pool Potty Graves, the original.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single person who's in. I mean, you're not even AD carry.
Even just default original Graves.
Anyone who just played any AD carry ever misses Graves.
It was so satisfying, man. I miss it so badly. I literally go to sleep at night thinking about it.
Oh.
And the true grip,
Graves
dude,
as well.
The true grip passive. God bless. What a godly passive.
I just missed that champion.
Just frontlining as AD carry. Oh.
Yes. That is what we want to see. I mean, to be honest, we still get that when you have like Xayah who can jump up in the air and Kai'Sa who can, you know, shield herself for 600,000
Yeah, but at least
damage.
they take damage. Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Man, do you know what I miss? Wriggle's Lantern, dude. Being able to build an item that gave you lifesteal, that gave you attack speed, and it gave you a ward for lane. What a time to be alive.
I miss that little bit of pre-patch when they introduced support items, like gold generating support items, and they were really broken. So everyone just
ran double top.
They just went double bruiser bot lane, like with melee champions. Like I remember one was like
Xin Jarvan.
Yes, and you'd both go to relic shields, and you just couldn't push them out of lane because they had so much sustain.
And it would just be like everyone was running, like. Everyone stopped running jungles for a little bit and just started running duo bot, duo top. And one of them has an AD carry, one of them just has 2 bruisers.
I remember that like you like enemy team would go double bruiser and you'd go AD carry support and your team would be like, are you trolling?
Why are you running an AD carry?
That's how people felt this season could go in the direction of. But honestly, AD carry is pretty strong. Helps that a lot of them are busted. But right now, PFI playing with fire.
It helps that a lot of them are busted. PFI taunted up here and will be finished off. No, Zhonya's. And in the meantime, Fury's doing the damage here. Monkeys goes down. Oh, in comes KDA, though.
The ult.
Galio comes back into the fight. Equalizer onto everyone. This is such a messy fight. Another kill going the way of Barrage. And KDO dodging everything. Kakan into the back line. Huge damage from him. And Fast Legs and Icebreaker don't know what went wrong. In they go once again. Kakan does still have damage available. The Heathen waiting for a way back into this fight. He's on to Icebreaker. Do they have enough to finish these kills off? Fastleg goes down. The Heathen trying to walk away. Kakan, though, is burning low. The minions will finish the job.
And overall, Barrage. Woo. I mean, it's an even trade.
4 for 3, I think, in the end. Wait, did Monkeys survived, I think.
No, Monkeys died.
Did he?
Yeah.
That was a long fight.
Everyone died apart from Icebreaker and the Heathen, which means they are the best players.
Yeah. I really can't argue with that statement. That is as factual as it gets, I think.
Yeah, but it was a pretty chaotic fight, and KDO going in and then having the great setup for the Galio ult. But just when Kakan double ulted and popped both D.Va and KDO, that was pretty hypey. That was from League of Legends.
That was an exciting fight, honestly. But also, it showed the power of this Galio, right? Wherever the fight is going on, so long as you're within a quarter of the map, it's so much impact when you first arrive.
I mean, there's so many great synergies in Barrage's composition. The fact that you have, like, Galio Kai'Sa, so the Kai'Sa can dive in, the Galio follows. Galio Jarvan, where you can Cataclysm into the ult. Rumble with all that CC lockup, and the Nautilus as well. But then it's just one of those things where Diabolus have 3 carries with mobility. And if you can't pin them all down, they're liable to pop off, as we saw Kakan do.
So now, as we move towards the middle stages of the game, 12-3 on the scoreboard, 2,000 gold lead in favor of Diabolus. What?
Did you say 12-3?
So 12-7.
Sounded like a 3.
I don't want to hear anything else.
Okay, I apologize. I'll never doubt you again.
How dare you? Don't question me.
A lot of items
2-1 in score in towers.
Yep, that's correct. Let's have a little look at the goal difference.
Only a little look, though.
Some players have more than the others. Some players have less. I mean, there's 1,000 gold lead in the mid lane. We're seeing like 2 item spikes come out from Trist, 2 items from Lucian, and now Infernal. This is a big one to contest.
Certainly is. Equalizer is not going to be that good. Here comes D.Va into the bottom side. PFI with the Zhonyas will keep himself alive. Icebreaker burning through that health bar. Barrage looking good in this one. Dragdart doing damage on the back like ADO. Full insit. And now Monkeys onto Dragdart, but he has to go golden to keep himself alive. He might go down. Will survive for now. Kakan is doing so much in this fight. Dragdart still surviving. The damage is not there. Both carries survive from Diabolus. Kakan wants more as well. D.Va trying to get... Oh, no, he hit the wall! What? Kakan, why did you walk into the taunt? Oh my goodness, what is this fight? Diva now very low on HP. Red buff will finish the job and on to the Infernal Dragon.
I think I can't hear me flaming. He's like risen to it. He's actually popping off on the Akali. I was like,
2-2.
stick him on not Kennen Goody, but he's actually doing so well.
This is the perfect kind of game for an Akali, right? These long, drawn-out skirmishes where you have plenty of time to get your cooldowns, plenty of time to get your Twilight Shroud back up.
But I feel like there's just lack of execution from Barrage. Like, you have so much CC in your team. Why are you just randomly dumping the equalizer at the start? Like, if Icebreaker timed it better, that fight was won. And also KDO just like jumping in, like, yo, I'm here.
Yeah, that was not the greatest killer instinct.
Sub-optimal.
So now Baron on the map, 25 minutes on the clock. And we'll see both of the teams start to posture towards that top side. Both top laners down in the bottom side of the map. Icebreaker has teleport, but Kakan does not right now. So we could have a bit of an advantage going the way of Barrage if that objective is started, but the 4,000 gold lead will be significant in favor of Diabolus at this stage in the game. And Dragdar is definitely one to watch during these fights. He's been very difficult to kill. Fury actually auto-attacking a ward during this fight instead of D.Va there. And D.Va turning things around, goes back in.
I mean, I feel like it's just efficiency to auto-attack the ward and also the enemy. So you kill them both.
That's true, actually.
Now, with the Galio down, a large part of their follow-up in the engage, Diabolus feeling confident to posture. But they still have the Akali waiting in the wings and the Tristana pushing top, so not going to go for anything yet.
Now, as the vision control is well and truly in favor of Diabolus, D.Va does have teleport available, so in 10 seconds you would be able to join into a fight as well as just using his ultimate there. Would be able to protect one of his teammates should it be necessary. Kakan will have his teleport available soon, and he has been pushing away in this bottom lane this whole time. Getting some good damage down onto this tier 2. D.Va will be there to clear away the minion wave in the end. PFI actually taking a lot of damage from Baron there.
I think he body slammed over and clipped it.
Yeah.
I'm really sad.
As in, like, clipped it on Twitch?
Yep.
Nice.
And then Baron was like, don't film me.
I did not sign an NDA.
Yep.
Or a waiver.
You don't have my consent.
Well, things have certainly quieted down in this game. We've had some pretty intense team fights, and now suddenly everybody just kind of taking a moment here to reset, figure out what on earth is going on here.
Yeah, just chilling out.
Things have been looking very much in favor for Diabolus. They've got a 5,000 gold lead. They got themselves that Infernal Drake. Next Drake on the map, though, will be Mountain in a couple of minutes. Definitely an objective worth fighting over. But we've got KDO, does have that 3-item spike. Dragdar has himself a Hex Drinker as well, so he'll be a little bit more protected in these fights. But let's be honest, this game's, especially for the likes of Barrage, not so much about how many items you can get in the inventories, it's more about whether or not they can execute this composition effectively. If you can line up these ultimates, if you can get that big wombo combo, this game will be done and dusted. But it's a difficult thing to execute against such a high mobility team.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, is like, even if you can hit, like, you saw Fury actually died in that last fight right at the start, but that wasn't enough. Like, you take out Fury, there's still Dragdar and Kakan. You take out Dragdar, there's still Fury and Kakan.
Take out Kakan, there's still Dragdar and Fury.
Yes, but also no, because the Akali's hyper-fed.
Continues.
And the thing is, the Akali has Banshees as well, which makes it even more difficult. Do you remember that meta where everyone used to just take Banshees? Like everyone, including the supports?
Yeah, but that was a different item.
Yeah, but it still gave the shield.
It didn't give AP.
Yeah, but it still gave the shield, and everyone used to take it. And it was just like, you couldn't throw any skill shot without being blocked.
But it's kind of just a bad item on like an AD carry these days. I used to
Other
love
than Kai'Sa.
Banshees on...
Other than Kai'Sa, because you can even rust things like Zhonya's because she's just broken.
That's true. And Lucian, because the W scales.
Have you played AP Lucian?
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
It's really good every 12 seconds.
Yeah. Or an Earth. Oh, Abe's coming back, baby!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Do you want to run an Earth tournament with me?
Yes, but meanwhile, we have this tournament. That did a lot less damage than I'd hoped for.
Yeah, I can agree with that. All right, well, Diabolus positioning aggressively. Neither team seems to want to do much of anything at the moment as we head towards the 30-minute mark. Barrage finally see their opportunity to seize control of the Baron area when it comes to vision. In the meantime, Diabolus will be setting up for this Mountain Drake, but we are not waiting around. Barrage going straight for the Baron. They are not looking for a fight. They just want to take this objective for themselves. Heathen is going to be here alongside Fury. Kakan coming in from the top side, and Barrage have found themselves surrounded. Galio coming on in. The teleport is way too late. Fury will actually be finished off. Maybe it wasn't too late. After all, KDO is being chased down by Kakan, but he dodges a 5-point strike. There's an ultimate to finish the job. PFI goes golden. Will keep himself alive. Triple taunt is not enough. An Icebreaker, last man standing, tries to limp away, but Kakan will not let it happen. He's going to chase down this Rumble. The shield is gone, and Kakan will finish the job with a cheeky little shuriken.
Just a dominating fight coming out from Diabolus. Barrage off the start of the Baron. They didn't have the control. D.Va was late, as you said. I feel like if you're going to commit to that, bring D.Va in straight away. Commit to the Baron, commit to the fight. Instead, it was a misplayed call. There wasn't sort of coordination.
Yep.
And Diabolus will get the Baron.
And once again, another scattered fight where Kakan can just find a side entrance into the fray, find a way to dance around the skirmish.
I mean, if Galio had been here from the start, they might have actually been able to kill the Baron. But either way, it's a good ult to split them all. And then the engage that follows. KDO has to kite away just out to the fight, but he's already so low. And then it's only now that Galio joined. And it's just too little too late. There's still Dragdar and Kakan just so strong right now to clean up.
Phenomenal stuff coming out from the likes of Diabolus, finding the situation and punishing it excellently. And Kakan, like you were saying, has been popping off on this Akali this game. 11-2 in that top lane. Phenomenal scoreline from him. And we're getting to the point in the game where both these AD carriers on the side of Diabolus have 3 items each. There's a Baron buff here to work with. They are going to be able to melt through these towers. If any of the tier 2s on the map survive for the side of Barrage, I'll be very surprised by the end of this Baron buff. And it takes a lot to surprise me, Orcs, let me tell you.
I agree. That takes a lot to surprise you.
Yeah.
Diabolus going to just hammer away this mid tower. Not a ton that Barrage can do. It looks like they're just going to try and rotate that pressure topside. They've split into a 1-3-1 at this point. This could be it. Barrage. Such a fight in this series to come back in game 2. And now it comes down to defending this Baron push from Diabolus.
Fury will just
that is the power. That finally,
the Buster Shot.
The Galio combo comes in, and we can see how much damage it does.
Did you know that Tristana's ultimate is actually named after the best character off of Arthur? Here we go. This is the combo that we were talking about, but it does absolutely no damage. D.Va will be able to get away with his life. They finally land the combo, but...
I mean, I think the issue was PFI is Zonya's, everyone else dashed out.
Yeah.
And then Leona...
It was just Heathen stood there tanking it.
Yeah, and his W reduces flat damage, so I feel like the Equalizer is probably the worst ability to do damage to a Leona.
It's just the worst ability. Full stop. So far this game, at least. Here we go, Fury. Just about dodging away from the CC. Well, the tier 2s went down.
They burnt everything for that as well. Well, they still have the depth charge. Equalizer's actually up again. They could just go for round 2.
Let's see if that will be the option for them. Icebreaker just trying to clear minions, but Kakan, it's good. He's going to go for this one. Actually goes for the tower dive right here. 1v1 dodges the Equalizer. Very low on HP, but the Zonyas is finished. And look at the lifesteal as well. Monkeys will go down next. Fury gets one. KDA has come on into the fight. Will be able to find one for himself. Make that a double. But will they be able to protect the inhibitors? That's going to be the question. Heathen and Dragdar pushing down in the bottom side of the map. D.Va goes in, finds a taunt onto 2 of them. PFI will knock away KDO. And that means that D.Va will be dropped in the end. Very nicely done by the jungler from Diabolus. And this will be all 3 inhibitors taken down here if they move up towards this top side as well.
I think they're just looking
I'm not sure if they want the inhibitors. They're just looking to finish things off. I was going to be surprised if the tier 2s remain. Now I'm going to be surprised if this Nexus remains. There's another kill going down. KDO falls as Dragdar gets onto these Nexus turrets. It's an open Nexus, and it's an open series here for Diabolus. This is going to be a 2-1 victory in the end. Diabolus take this one in 34 minutes.
And it wasn't convincing. It was hard fought. There was a lot of fights, but Diabolus showed that when they are given a lead, they can come out ahead.
Yeah, fantastic stuff coming out from Diabolus in the end. And it was a grueling series for these two teams. I think a lot to go back to the drawing board on for both of these squads here. But Diabolus come out on the top of the pile at the end of the game. And ultimately, that's what matters. It's not about how you get there. It's about getting the win. And they can move forward in this tournament now with their heads held high.
Yeah, and now they face M&M, and both teams have had a lot of issues. They're both going to have to, as you said, look back at this and go, right, where can we fix up these? It wasn't clean for either of them, wasn't easy, but it's definitely been close. So I think the series tomorrow, by all means, should be a hard-fought one. Yeah,
it's going to be a good series tomorrow. I'm excited to see who's going to be able to. All right, I'm gonna pick your brains here. Do you have a favorite for that series tomorrow? You take a moment. Just everyone go grab a cup of tea quickly while he has a think, and we'll get back to you on what Dan's favorite. I think Eminem's the favorite, personally, based on what I've seen today. But I think it is a very close call, honestly. It's like 60-40.
I think legitimately I could say Diabolus. I think they've had a lot of strength throughout their roster. And Kakan, like, he was my biggest question mark. He looked good.
He looked really good in that last game. But, well, let us know who you think the favorite is for tomorrow's final. Get in touch with us on social media. We've got a hashtag. We've got an @ symbol. I'll let you know which one's coming up first. It's both of them tied together in a graphic.
Forge
Champions at LVP UK LOL. Get in touch. Let us know who you think the favorite is. And also, tweet us your pictures of you guys watching at home as well. It's been a fun day, but don't forget, if you missed any of the action that has been coming your way, you can check out all of the VODs on our YouTube channel as well. That is also going to be LVP UK LOL. So make sure if you did miss any of the action, you can keep up with that. And if you want to see some more of these players, if you missed the games a couple of weeks ago, those VODs are already available for you guys to watch.
Yeah, so be sure to check it out. We've had definitely some close games. It's been a long day, 6 games, and we had the pause at the start, so you may not even remember the first game, so be sure to check over it because we've got more games tomorrow to look forward to. We'll have a match between Diabolus and M&M, and then we're going to have the finals as well, up against Fnatic Rising.
Yeah, so tomorrow we will have our big match coming up between Diabolus and M&M. We'll see who's going to be able to take that one. That's going to be it from us here today, though. From myself, from Orcs, from Hitbrain, and from the production crew, we'll say good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Goodbye.